It's the first day of the ARB Show, the biggest event in UK arboriculture, and we've made our way to the Timberwolf stand where I'm joined by Karl. Karl, how's the show going?
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic opportunity for us to contact a vast amount of our customers, get the product feedback, how they're doing, what they need, what we can improve on. So that connection to the customer is vital, and the ARB Show absolutely does that perfectly, especially that you've organised this weather for us.
Yes, I like to take the full credit for that.
Absolutely,
But you've obviously got a busy stand, both in terms of products and people.
Yep.
What are you showing off? What's here for people to see?
So mainly today we've got a couple of things that are very different to us. Mainly, but what's behind us, we've got here an FTR Hybrid. So this is our diesel hybrid track product that we have had a gap for a few years in terms of diesel and 8-inch. So this is a nice sort of second movement from the Roto hybrid we have launched at a previous show a couple of years ago. So the notion's going across that with hybrid, it's quite an interesting journey for us. When stage 5 came in, we're ultimately known for simplicity and reliability in our products. So when it came to stage 5, we wanted to keep that mindset that for the customer it's business as usual. You know, they've got a much bigger task to do with their jobs day to day than worry about how the chipper needs to be handled slightly different potentially. So with the hybrid, what it offers that continuation of simplicity by combining an ICE-based engine to a generator synchronous motor. So it gives the performance of a high level of power, but it splits the ability to give that on the job by cannibalising areas where there's a low duty cycle on the product. So ultimately, business as usual, put your wood in, it will do what it needs to do. But for those seeking a more sustainable solution or a net zero target, you've got a good amount of fuel reduction in terms of the use on the product. So generally speaking, it ticks some boxes for those who are more sort of established with their journey to net zero, but also it gives the normal arborist just a fuel reduction, but a simple approach to an 8-inch product diesel-wise. So yeah, it's quite exciting for us today to have the FTR behind us here.
Yeah, quite exciting and quite a lot. Obviously fuel reduction is important, but obviously performance is still good too. People aren't compromising on it.
Yeah, so what we don't want to do is give a product to market that means people have to change the way they work or ultimately slow the job down because time's money and they want to go on to their next job. So the hybrid for us was an innovative movement that we did ourselves. It wasn't something we could buy off the shelf. It's innovative in the marketplace, and it's had a couple of years now to get feedback from customers. And so the track machine is just a nice iteration moving forwards that gives the 8-inch user that tracked nature that is popular, and it always has been, and I'm sure it will be for the future.
So obviously the track's new, as you say, that's been about a month or so since that was officially launched. In terms of the actual hybrid, it's been just over 2 years now. What's the kind of feedback been like? How have users generally been finding that machine?
Engaging. So from the get-go, it's not traditional in terms of just being a complete ICE unit in terms of the combustion engine. So it brings a discussion naturally. So we have the enthusiasm there that brings attention, that gets people into using the product, and that's what's important. You can talk about hybrid, I can talk about hybrid all day long, but when it really comes to the demo sort of position, I can't recommend you enough to contact your local dealer. If you don't know who that is, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, go to our website, support, you'll see a local dealer finder. Get into that dealer, ask for a demo, because really the proof is in the pudding. Just get to use it.
Yeah, and in terms of the track then, obviously as you say, so this show will be the first time many people get to see it.
Yep.
What's the kind of feedback been like so far? How are people feeling about having this option?
I think they're really excited to see a diesel offering back in the 8-inch range for Timberwolf. It's something we've lacked for a few years, so it's nice to get that involvement because diesel is the preferred fuel choice in our marketplace for sure. But what's nice here is the innovative approach to that diesel nature, but with the fuel reductions. So the good old 2-speed tracking that we've had before on the previous product and on other track machines we have, very ergonomic feel. There's a slightly revised jacking system, so if you need to do any track maintenance,